Hot Rod Power Tour 2023 is only 6 months away. So I'm going to act like a responsible YouTuber. I'm going to work on another project. So y'all probably wonder where I have been. So, guys, I started to take the front end apart on the Blazer, and yeah, it got cold and it got wet. It rained almost every day for 2 or 3 weeks, and honestly now we have a forecast of getting down to 3 degrees 2 nights in a row. Y'all know I don't have a garage. I'm sorry, I'm just not gonna freeze to death. But anyway, guys, we got a new project in that we're gonna be working on. It's actually not my project, it's my girlfriend's. We're gonna be working on a 2015 Nissan Versa. I think it's the S model, whichever one is the lowest there is. It's a base model, guys, is what I'm saying. Okay, there's nothing wrong with the car, it's just a base model. With it being a base model, it didn't come with Bluetooth. It doesn't have any kind of a screen. There's no backup camera. And let's face it, Nissan, your speakers suck. Alright, my mom's got a Rogue. They suck too. And what we're going to do is we're going to do a little bit of a project where we're going to upgrade that car. So we're going to put a full speaker system in it, head unit, subwoofer, amplifier, backup camera, and we're going to put some fog lights on it. Basically give it pretty much all the modern amenities that we possibly can. Albeit the car does have power locks and windows, but let's be honest, that's just less to go wrong on the car, so yay for that. So let me show you guys what I've been up to so far. So I did go ahead and get a Pioneer head unit. It's a doubled in. I believe it's an AVH 2330 limited edition NEX unit. Pioneer doubled in, 7 inches is what I'm saying. It's got a CD player in it, DVD, Bluetooth, all that jazz. In order to interface it with the car, I did get this Crux wiring harness since I got so good luck out of the Toyota with Crux. This is a SWR NS63U. Don't know if you can see that or not, but that's what it is. And I wired up the wiring harness for that, including the trigger for the backup camera and everything. And that's here. I do have the RCAs for the amplifier wired in there and the camera and everything. Guys, I'm not going to go over wiring this just simply because there are too many videos on the internet for wiring head units the way it is. But what I am going to go over today is setting up a set of speakers for the doors, front and rear. Now, I've already got 2 of these done, but I'm going to show you guys how I did the first 2 by doing the second 2 with you. These are the Kenwood KFC 1666S. Starting to rethink this purchase. But anyway, guys, Kenwood has pretty good speakers. These are the Sport series. Now, I know they're not the most expensive thing in the world, but hey, anything is better than those Nissan speakers. And besides, with the DSP and EQ in the head unit, I'm sure it's going to sound much better. Another thing we're going to use here is we're going to use the fast rings. This is Pack International Stinger. Stinger's made by Pack. This is Stinger Roadkill RKFR6 fast ring kit. Now, I love these things because they go around the speaker, they direct the sound into the cabin. However, in the back, I just have these little generic ones because there's not a lot of room behind the door panel. I'm just going to go ahead and stuff those in there, and you'll see what I'm talking about here in a little while. So guys, let me go ahead and get this stuff out of the box and we'll go from there. Alright, so since this video focuses on the speakers, we're just going to go over everything. We'll already talk about the fast rings and we'll not talk about that. You're also going to need the Pack American International NSB 710 speaker brackets. And the Metra 72-7401 wiring harnesses. This will keep you from having to clip the factory wires. So guys, let me get this stuff out and we'll talk more about this. Alright, so we're down to the bare bones of what we need here, guys. Pack everything up in one of the big bags. Don't just lay it around everywhere. Let's talk about the speakers we're going to use here, these Kenwoods. Let's see what's actually in the box when you open these up. So let's get the box open. Alright, you guys, don't just let these go everywhere. Kind of set your box down like this on the table or wherever. Hold the sides together a little bit while you shake it loose. Because if you don't, these styrofoam pieces can go everywhere and your speakers can get broken. Alright, so let's take a look at what we got. We have got a set of speaker wires here. Looks like for left and right. Now, gray is universally front right and white is universally front left. So if you use these, be careful. Just know that. And we have a pack of screws that we are going to use on this. And wait, what's this? What is this? We have speaker grills with the manufacturer name on it. Well, NVX. Our next step is we're going to take these speaker adapters, and what we're going to do with the speaker adapters is we're actually going to lay the speaker in them and see where the speaker lands. Now, if these were 5 1/4 speakers, they may not fit, and you may have to cut some of these little tabs out of the back. But these fit perfectly, so what I want to do is I'm going to slide them around until these 4 little tabs line up with the correct slots to screw them down. And I'll be right back as soon as I do that. Alright, so I'm on the last screw and I want to show you something that your salespeople at your local stereo shop are the worst to buy, probably don't want you to know about, but I'm going to tell you anyway because I don't care. I don't work for them. So whenever you put your screws in, put your fingers around the screw. Now here's the reason I say put your fingers around the screw. If you put your fingers around the screw and you gently screw in the screw, if it were to slip, it's just going to kind of hit your knuckles a little bit. And even if you do bleed just a little bit, let's face it, would you rather bleed just a little bit, or would you have to go spend another $50 to even, I've seen speakers that are $10,000 for a component set. Which would you rather happen? Alright, so just like everything else around here, it's either broken or missing. I have found my camera stand that I was missing and it broke. Oh well. So guys, we have a positive and a negative terminal. The big terminal is positive, the small one is negative. All we're going to do now is we're going to force these wiring harness adapters onto here. Now I want to do it with both hands and I'll come back to you. And there we go. So the adapter that goes to the factory harness, which plugs in right here, is on. Now we don't have to cut any wiring in the door. Let me go ahead and do the other one and we'll move on to the next step, putting this foam in the back. All right, this next step is pretty simple. We're going to lay this foam in here as good as we can get it. And it is going to overlay, even though I've cut it in half and trimmed some out of it. And we're going to cut it right about here and make it even. Done, it's going to look something like this, and even though it is away from the edges a little bit, all the little holes down in, except for these big things here, which I'll fill up, they're actually covered and sealed. That way all the sound from the back pressurizes out and what's in the front pressurizes forward. Now that we have these done, let's go ahead and move to the fast rings. Alrighty, here we have it, our finished pair of 6.5 speakers that match the other 2 we have. Guys, all we really have left to do is go around, like I said, trim this to match whatever height matches up to the door panel on the factory speakers. I told you guys how to do that. Plug it in the back and put these little plugs in the inside. on the door itself to kind of catch the vibration on the back, and that's it. All right, there y'all have it on basically how to set up really any 6.5 speaker. Now, if you want to go crazy with it and do enclosures and things like that, I'm sure a lot of doors will let you do that. And there's plenty of videos on how to fiberglass and do enclosures on the internet if you want to check that stuff out. But I really just want to give you guys a basic setup and give you a little bit of an update of what's going on with me. Guys, listen, if you all can't get your projects done outside, do something around the house. Keep your mind occupied and sharp. Enjoy things. Thanks for watching Ostentatious, guys. Like, comment, subscribe. It's all free. I'll see y'all next time.